So, El Viento. Now, I wrote down there it's a 1991 game and technically like the only Wolf Team title exclusive to the Mega Drive. That's a half lie. I mean, stuff like FX or FFZ, what the fuck is the name again? Well, the X is zone, the final zone, you know, the final zone game. Granada and other stuff on the Mega Drive is like a total different game than it is on the X68000, right? But technically speaking, this is the only title. Like, there's no other El Viento game from them on their system. Even Ernest Evans had a, you know, both a cart and a Mega CD release and stuff. But all the other Wolf Team games on the Mega Drive are also on the X68000, even if mostly it's a different game, but it's got the same fucking title, so it made sense to write that, right? Alright, so this game was released only in Japan and America. And Kale, I'm actually gonna play the American version. The only differences between the Japanese version and the American version, other than of course the text, is that the villain it's all about the villain, which in the original version he's called Al Capone, but they rename him to like Vincente De Marco or something. That's the first difference. The other only difference between the two versions is they got rid of his cigar. He's smoking a fucking cigar in the intro, and in like a cutscene after you beat stage 1, they took the cigar off, which is funny because he still fucking smokes a cigar on the game box and in the manual. That is so fucking stupid. Anyways, so I'm still gonna play the American version. We're gonna call him Al Capone. What's funny though, there's a hack of this game that fixes some bugs and shit, stuff I don't care about. But it allows you to select a secret stage that's inaccessible. It's like some developer stage. Of course, I forgot to put that into the SD card. So unless I take a break later after beat the game to put that in, we're not gonna see it. But there is a secret stage that you can only access with a patched ROM, which is in the game but not accessible. It's exclusively a developer thing, and it's a huge stage to test out stuff. But it's interesting. It looks interesting. It's just no enemies, but it's huge. It's got writings and it's platforming stuff. But we're just gonna play the game. Do you know what the quality of the translation is like? I don't. But judging from the intro, it's not bad. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of cutscenes and text, but that's probably going to be not the kind that I can keep reading. It's probably going to be the kind that auto-skips. So we're probably better off with the American version. I reserve the right. I mean, I'm surely going to play this game again in the future, right? So I'll play the American version now, and next time I play probably hard mode Japanese version, right? It could be after I beat it if it takes too little to beat on the default, right? Alright, so this was only Japan and America release. Renovation published in America. A UK release was planned for El Viento, but it was cancelled. Like, it was set to be distributed by Ubisoft for like £45 in November 1991. So the same year that got released in Japan and America. No, there is not. I did look for that, Jiggy. So there's not. I'm assuming the translation quality is good. It's so good that we're gonna read the manual after, because the manual has translated lore, right? Alright, so basically what Wolf Team did is after a little bit after the Mega Drive came out, Wolf Team seriously believed they were going to develop a lot on the system. And in fact, they kinda did. Anyways, Akishino, this guy, who I think is the head of the second team, the second developed team of Wolf Team. I'm not sure what the first one is. It might be Riot. I don't actually know that. Chat, Maybe somebody knows. Anyways, in an interview in the year before El Viento came out, he says they decided to get into Mega Drive development in the summer of '89. So it's a new thing for them, right? They had an interest in consoles like the Famicom, the PC Engine, and others, but the Mega Drive had the largest memory. Am I actually in cam here? I am. Okay, good enough. All right. So the Mega Drive had the largest memory available to write games for, right? So what they said in the interview, I think it's in Shmuplations, you can find that. It's more info there for sure. Taking limited hardware and making the best game you can within those limits is not our style of game design. We want to make things that make players go wow. For that, the size of the memory is a deciding factor. End of quote. So that's why they chose to go with Mega Drive. It's a similar thing to what Treasure did. Treasure had to choose between Super Nintendo and Mega Drive. They went with Mega Drive because of the processor, basically. And I don't know, it's just because of the hardware. Just the hardware. Now, Akishino realized that the Mega Drive appealed to older people, right? To an older age group than the Famicom did. So in regards to the Super Famicom, instead, they say that Nintendo never asked them to develop for it. And as developers, they gave the merit to the Mega Drive for being an easier system to port to. And being a system where you can play arcade games too, right? And that makes sense, because Wolf Team was extremely active on the X68000 as well, which has the same processor and a similar hardware, even the sound shit and stuff. Alright. That was it for that section of info. Well, I got more. There's actually an interview about Il Viento specifically, but that's really brief, so I'll keep it short. So this is from 1991, so probably about the time it came out or before that. The guys talking are Masahiro Akishino, which is Wolf Team Developer Group 2 Section Chief. That's why I'm asking, is Developer Group 1 just Riot? What the fuck is the Development Group 1 for Wolf Team? And then Masaki Uno, R&D Assistant Director. Please tell us about your new game, El Viento. El Viento was created by the same staff that made Granada. Using anime in our games has been a specialty of ours for some time now. And then Akishino says that the explosions are really impressive and flashy. If you've played El Viento, you'll remember the explosions. Everything fucking explodes and it's huge. If you're able to memorize the timing of dodging bullets, I don't think it's that hard of a game. Alright. And then Uno says that the game stars a woman, and the next game is gonna star a man. It's Ernest Stevens, of course. For the third game, we're thinking maybe it will be a side story with a different protagonist entirely. Alright, and then the interviewer asks them about CD-ROM, because of course they were gonna develop for the Mega CD, and they did. They did a lot of RPGs, I think. And then they go on digress about the advantages of releasing games on CD-ROM. They're cheaper, but it's harder to do like scaling. Not harder, you can do that on the Mega Drive, but they had to build some support to do scaling on the Mega CD. It was hard. And they do refer to the Annette Evans game. Yeah. Whatever, I don't wanna dwell on that too much, but what I wanna talk about, which is super fascinating to me in this game, is the character design. Now you might have noticed I did put an info bit down there that mentions, what did I write? Character design by Yamane Katsutoshi, a mangaka. Mangaka means manga author. Should have just fucking typed manga author. Anyways, the character design from this game was by Yamane Katsutoshi, okay? It's just a guy. 2 years later, this guy would start a career as a manga author with a manga called Jihad in 1993. I did some research, I wrote down all this shit, by the way. Now he's mostly known for a manga called Gamblefish, but he got like fucking 10 serialized manga under his name. So if you're wondering why the anime in this game is so good, that's why. Interestingly enough, this guy was also an assistant to Kazushi Agiwara, which is the author of Bastard, a very well-known series. Ah, the fucking music is by Motoi Sakuraba, of course. Lord. There we go. I'll just leave that there. Music by Motoi Sakuraba, who actually seems to have started his career in video game music just with Wolf Team. He scored Zan and Arcus first in 1989, fucking 20 years ago. Much later, he will work on widely recognized titles like Tales of Fantasia and the Tales of series in general. Wolf Team, that's what they do nowadays, right? They're the Tales of team. Although I doubt many of those guys are sticking around anymore, but he does, at the very least. He does. Yeah, that's him. After a concert with Noriyuki Wadare, another god-tier composer, and which is part of this shot. He would be on the far left, and then some chick on the middle. Oh, I forgot the name of. Not as god-tier as them two. Other stuff he would later work on is Star Ocean, Shining Force 3. He did Resonance of Fate on PS3, which is a good game, with Kohei Tanaka, who did tons of anime stuff, even the aforementioned Bastard, but also fucking Dragon Ball and One Piece. So we're looking at like one of the very first works of some dude that in the video game music industry is extremely top tier. Is exactly at the top, like at the top, not just top tier material, at the top, right? Alright, so this Kohei Tanaka dude also did video game stuff, right? Sakura Wars, Alandra, and the recent Gravity Rush games. I just love to research shit about composers. Right, Sakuraba even did 3 Dark Souls games with another dude called Kitamura. And now is involved in Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom with another 2 fucking monsters of video game music, which I also consider to be at the top, even though I think Sakuraba is way more prolific. Yuzo Koshiro and Michiru Yamane. Also a chick vocalist is in Monster Boy, and Kobayashi. I think it's the guy that did Ace Combat series. Yeah, Bastard is still serialized. I read that the guy gets tired really easily, and that's why. But yeah, that's all of the backstory I wanted to speak of. You can find more on Schmaplations. Side has a good lot of interviews, and the rest is my own research, of course. But a lot of info is out there. What I want to do now before starting the game, of course, is checking on the manual. So, we're gonna look at all the awesome illustrations, which, of course, are probably by this guy, right? Which we just talked about, the mangaka. And then we're gonna read the lore in the American version of the manual. If I just press this, Chrome, hello? There we go. Alright, let's see. Yeah, hopefully that didn't bore the fuck out of you guys. I'm extremely interested by development shit like that. Oh, I click on thumbnail. Which is why, by the way, I was considering getting ahead of the raffles. Like, to not waste time setting shit up like the box art, so that I have that ready beforehand, and also be able to do this kind of little research beforehand if I'm interested enough. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think we might see 2 raffles once I bid this. Alright. So, look at this art. This is the manual. Okay? It's exactly the front page of the fucking manual. You have to love it when the manual, the cart, and the box have 3 different artworks. I think that's the case for this game. Yeah, the cartridge. The cartridge has another different... Okay, that's not different. It's It's still the wraparound from the box, but you get to see the dragon more. Because in the box art, the dragon is hidden in the fucking Mega Drive logo of the title ship. Look at that. You don't get to see him much. Yeah, in some cases the card even is different. Anyways. She would be Annette. Typical manga flavor, having different hair colors in the boxes and in the game and blah 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 whatnot. So of course this is Spanish for the wind. El viento. Alright. Hey Shiba. Huge. No, that's a DeviantArt picture. That was a DeviantArt picture. Alright, so she's got glows. Nice costume design. I'm gonna see the characters later. This is still Annette with her boomerang. Alright. Look at this little story. Oh no, Cody, you poking off already. Shut the fuck up. Oh, more lore. No. Alright. This is not the best scan to read, but it says furigana. I was gonna translate it myself before the stream when it occurred to me there's an English manual that translates it, so not gonna do that. Just gonna look at the artwork on the Japanese one. Look at that, cute. Chibi Annette. Oh, what does that say? Chibi Annette-chan. Yeah, just Chibi Annette-chan Sono 1 by, and that's the logo of the author probably. Struggle has begun. Clearly a costume for a heroine in 1928 America. But yeah. This is art you can only find in this manual, of course. It's not in-game, it's not the box. This is a really good manual, guys. Look at that. Control. I think she failed that spell. Alright. Starting menu. Their unique little chibi artwork. Green composition. Bow. Okay. Another one. She's flinging her boomerang in this one. It's a binary spirit. Spanish for the viento, exactly. Muy. Same here. Unfortunately, I do not own this one. It's an expensive game. Ah, she's charging up her spell. But yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself. The art in this game, the character design is by a mangaka who later on got 10 serialized mangas. Like, successful ones too. I mean, that's a lot of stuff for a manga author. Ah, Konetan! Ueno Tetsuya. Oh. Oh. Oh, he had a manga running on the Mega Drive magazine? Oh. Nice. Is any chance any chance you can get that for me, Koneta? What's up, by the way? Oh, yo. Awesome. Awesome. Ah, I wish I could read that. Yomitagarimasu. Now, that's coming up next, SDS. Oh, Koneta gave me a link, guys. Oh, dude! Alright. Oh, it's still Viento manga. Oh, okay. So, we got fucking El Viento manga, guys. Hey, food is delicious. How's it going? Fuck, we're gonna have to look at that too. Alright. Keep going. Items and spell. One more try. This is like the 6th or 7th unique chibi artwork is done for this. Pretty good. Another one. And another one. Thanks. The fuck does he have now? Oh, it's smoking. Okay. Big Mega Drive account. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm gonna repeat myself. The author of this that later serialized 10 manga, which is a lot, started out as the assistant to the author of Bastard, which is much more known thing. It's very famous here, even in Italy, as a manga. I like this one a lot. Oh, I didn't get the Moish. Oh, she looks pissed that he had to lie. Alright. After introduction. Alright. This is Ernest. What's going on here? What's going on in this one? Scroll down. Now we're gonna find out who these guys are in the English manual and in the game itself. For now, just enjoy the artwork. And fuck, another one of these. Unbelievable. Hold on. This guy is Siegfried. Well, this is Ernest Evans. This girl here is Restiana. From the intro, we're gonna understand she is evil. I'd like to smoke. And she's gonna light him up. We got Henry. Oh, she lost the boomerang. This is Al Capone. See, Al Capone. He got renamed. Alright. And we got the villain demon thing, Hastur. Spoilers, it's a dragon. Alright, stage composition. The boomerang returns. It's on her head now. Pretty good. Caution. Oh, dude, this has unique. Okay. Well, it's just one artwork. But it doesn't have the classic caution page from Mega Drive manual. Chibi Annetto-chan sono 2 by him. Cute. That's it. Wolf Team lineup. FZ Axis. Maneuver Scepter. Granada. Zun. Arcus Odyssey. Fuck is this one? And Dinoland. Old games that you can find on the X68000 as well. Even though they might be very different than their Mega Drive counterparts. I'm looking at this one. Yeah, that was the manual. Japanese manual at the very least. I head over to the English manual where we're just gonna do some more beat or reading. Alright, this is the English cover. Well, this is the scan from the manual, but it's the same artwork from the English cover. Oh, I mixed them up. Okay, gotcha. Calamity. That was that link as yes. If you link me porn, by the way, it will show. Oh, dude, it will show up on streams. Don't get me banned. I'm not gonna click on links anymore. And yeah, they got the outfit well. The face and the hair color are there. It's not that bad, is it? It's got the dragon in the background. Take a look at the actual box. There, the box. Renovation published that in America, but they published on Wolf Team. Wolf Team themselves published that in Japan. What's curious, the English version adds a Sega license writing on the main menu. They forgot to add that on the Japanese version. Only credits wolf theme. Alright. So while we opening this manual for the story. See, this is why Japanese manuals are the way to go. Otherwise you just get shitty black and white stuff. Alright, the story of El Viento. It's not gonna take too much. 1 minute. Alright, prologue. A shrine in the Grand Canyon. In the dark chamber of the shrine, candle flames ceaselessly flicker, casting shadows of two people onto the surface of the cold, rough pavement. One is a middle-aged man, the other a young, attractive girl with beautiful blonde hair. In the dim light, a heated discussion takes place over Al Capone, the kingpin of the mob in New York. "You have not heard from Al Capone yet?" asked the woman. "Don't pressure me. It will take a few more years to complete construction of the Empire State Building. In order to minimize the time, we will have them build the Astor Shrine inside the building. Be patient. There will only be a slight delay." The blonde woman nods, showing a little discontent. However, one obstacle stands in the way of their scheme. How should we deal with Annette? The woman pulls out a photo of a younger girl with tan skin. "Don't worry, I've asked Al Capone to deal with her. I expect that she will no longer cause problems within a few days." After a brief silence, malevolent smiles appear on their faces. "All that we'll have to do then is to perform the ceremony to summon Lord Astor." The flames of the candles quiver as the shadows of the two are swallowed up in pitch darkness. An evil alliance. It is the year of 1928 when the Astor group, which worships the evil Astor, god of the winds, is attempting to fulfill its great ambition to resurrect Astor. They are planning to perform the ceremony to summon Astor by sacrificing a young woman, Restiana, a descendant from Astor. To that end, they prepare to bring a huge skyscraper. Oh, dude, Volkenkratzer in El Viento. They prepare to bring a huge skyscraper into Manhattan as a shrine. What the fuck? They're just gonna bring a skyscraper in Manhattan? They're not gonna build a skyscraper, they're gonna bring a skyscraper. Alright, they've asked Al Capone to collaborate with them. The shrine will tower so high, will pierce the sky to convey the magical powers to Astor. The shrine will be known as the Empire State Building. Okay. There is, however, an obstacle to their scheme which I cannot ignore. The obstacle is a young woman named Annette, who succeeded in containing Astor and taking control of his tremendous power. She is distantly related to Astor and is the only human capable of conquering the wicked god. So this Restiana Blondie is gonna sacrifice herself to resurrect Astor. She's an evil one. This is ours. This is our dude girl. The battle begins. The scene is New York, 1928. Suddenly Annette, who is walking on a quiet street, senses danger. She hears a sound like a balloon popping. As Annette turns around to look back, bullets whiz and barely miss her cheek. The ones firing the gun are hitmen sent by Al Capone at the request of the Astor group. This is the beginning of the gruesome battle against the Astor group. Yeah, that's it. Gonna play the game now. About fucking time. Doesn't even have a cast of characters. Nat. Let me catch up with chat. Yeah, usually they don't even use the art in them. Well, Moij, the box is what sells, not the manual. You see the box, then you open up after you buy it. You get to see the manual, right? Oh, it's a Lovecraft. Okay, cool. That explains stuff I read about it. Consuelo. Pesky with the anime hatred. He only plays Chinese games. Alright. Annette, the heroine of this story, is 17 years old. Figures. Annette was brought up in a village deep inside Peru, where the evil god Astor is worshipped. That's why her skin is a bit tanned in game. and it says so in the intro as well. So in Peru they worship an evil god, okay. 2 years 2 years ago, an explorer named Ernest Evans found her, took her into his custody, and brought her to the United States. Annette is a sorceress who has an accursed blood relationship with Hastur. She's the only person capable of containing Hastur. She's become a master of wind spells since she first contained Hastur and took possession of his tremendous energy 2 years ago. For that reason, she's the target of attacks by the Hastur group. Fucking writing is so bad. Though courageous, she reveals a scatterbrained, shy, and retiring personality in retouched portraits which show her the peaceful moments. Unretouched portraits, like this one. Alright, Ernest. Taiwanese overlord. I for one, I don't know. Alright guys, chill with the jokes. A 31-year-old archaeologist, an experienced explorer. 2 years ago, he successfully prevented the Hastur group from fulfilling its scheme of resurrecting Hastur by using a net. Thereafter, he adopted her as his daughter. What the fuck? Okay. Ernest Evans and Al Capone are arch rivals who have battled against each other in their quests to recover treasures. He consistently remains a lone wolf while Al Capone manipulates the mob organization. Ernest stays busy traveling to archaeological sites all over the world, seeking precious relics. Modest as he is, he calls himself a treasure hunter, and yet he possesses a PhD degree and is an influential figure at meetings of the associations of American archaeologists. These are only some of his numerous talents. Alright, Siegfried. The fuck is this guy? A 27-year-old German. He abandoned his economically and politically broken homeland after the First World War and smuggled himself into the United States. Al Capone recognized his great talents and made Siegfried his right hand, so it's an evil guy, okay. And after an incident 2 years ago, Siegfried broke with Al Capone and turned against me, so it's not an evil guy anymore. He goes by the name Zig, and has made friends with Ernest and Annette to some extent. He looks like the ammo guy. Very much, so... Then after an incident 2 years ago, Siegfried broke with... he has an unusual degree of knowledge about the Hastur group and seems to be very ambitious. With his startlingly handsome face, his clever eyes and big dick, he seems always to hold a sneering laugh. I don't see that. What's up, Tenebrae? It changed the story? It did? Restiana, a young woman, 17 years old, the rival of Annette. Like Annette, she descends from Hastur and is a candidate to serve as a sacrifice during the summoning of him. The Hastur group members have lied to Restiana that she will be able to take possession of great power by taking possession of Hastur, and they're attempting to entice her into being a sacrifice. Oh, so that's why she is so willing to do that. Restiana is unyielding and tends to act arbitrarily on her own authority. She's trying to resurrect Hastur on her own. Henry, Bishop of the Hastur group. How fucking long is this? Fuck. Bishop of the Hastur group, 52 years old. Henry has been making arrangements throughout his entire operation to summon Hastur. He is the head of the group and has handled many schemes on a grand scale. He lacks many of the characteristics of a human, presumably because of his fanatic dedication for many years. He's Hastur's henchman, his minion. Al Capone, the ultimate boss of the New York mob. He will become a prominent figure in the United States underworld with the sale of bootleg liquor and with violence. Al Capone has received a huge sum of advance money from the Hastur group and is collaborating with the group to summon Hastur. Summon with a capital S, whatever. In the past, when the group asked him to help in the summoning, it was disrupted and the scheme ended in failure. Now, Capone lobbies the government to construct the Empire State Building along the Hudson River, whose location is appropriate both with respect to geography and direction for the summoning, then to renovate the interior into a shrine for Hastur. This American lore is so sick. Catch up with chat. Yeah, Konetan inside lore. Much appreciated. What is the side of Harry's dick? What? Hasutoru. I'm gonna. Oh, dude, look at that. The name might be pronounced as Asuturu. Are you serious? They are romanizing the katakana. What are you doing here? I don't fucking believe this shit. Oh, dude, they romanized the katakana and taking it as good for pronunciation. That is so stupid. All right. One of the gods far beyond the understanding of... not to say that I'm pronouncing the right way. I don't just fucking care. One of the gods far beyond the understanding of mankind who presides over the wind is often called the evil god, which does not describe his nature exactly. Hester bases his actions not on wicked intentions, but towards his own goals which are beyond the understanding of mankind. Hester is not the slightest concern for mankind and does not care whether mankind lives or dies. The truly wicked enemy should be considered the Hester group, which attempts to resurrect Hester, who is contained in Sereno of the Hyades cluster, to destroy the Earth. Alright. Alright, this game has stages. Also available from American published renovation from this game, Euroflash, Gairas, Valley Stream. Oh dude, Danoland full screen. Alright. That's it. That's it for the lore. I took... Oh dude, forgot about the manga. You're not supposed to say Aster's name out loud. A star. All the weebs. All the fucking weebs. I read that in the Japanese manual of Wolverine. Get with the times. Oh, Tenebrae. Good to know. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at the manga. Why not? A brief look won't hurt. Oh, I am? You think so? Well, alright. Play the game and read the manga after I clear it. It already hurts. Alright, I can play the game first. Suspend. Alright. Finally, I can play a game. Oof. Took a long time. Yeah, I don't know, but it's probably... I don't know. Look at it. What is it exactly? I think it's backstory. I don't know, dude. We're gonna do that after. We're gonna do that after. Alright. Let's do this. I've been streaming 2 hours and a half already. Oh. Thank you, Kanetan. Tornado is approaching with its huge funnel upright in order to create a dreadful word. The powerful tornado, El Viento, has just started its activities. In 1928, in New York, the skyscrapers are about to be overwhelmed by the force of an evil, dark world power. Fanatic believers who worship the devilish lord from the other world, Huster, are planning a ceremony summoning their lord. Oh man. Founder of the religion, Henry, is plotting the destruction of mankind by summoning of Huster. Destruction by summoning of Huster. What is the a young woman who was given power by Huster. Al Capone, kingpin of the mafia group, pulls strings in a conspiracy with the religious group for the summoning of Huster. Doesn't show his face. Get all this anime. An evil lord is descending on the Empire State Building, a towering structure, the landmark in New York. Oh, dude. A young girl comes to smash their terrible ambition. The Lord Sakuraba hot jams. Annette is destined to confront the religious group despite their accursed blood relation with Huster. Video is not really offset. I'll explain that later. Why do you stand in our way, Annette? Aren't we of the same blood as Lord Huster? You're supposed to be on our side. This fucking almost full screen anime is so good. Look at this shit. Because you and I are both human beings. Literally no audio? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, dude. No game audio. Alright. Fuck. So, it seems like it's the usual glitch. I have to restart OBS. It's out of my hands. Out of my fucking hands. OBS shows there is game audio, but there isn't. Good. Nothing I can do about it. No, it's not a big deal. Fuck off, Biko. Can't do that right now. Alright. Yeah, it's offset during the cutscenes only. But I can't just fix it for 2 pixels in this game only, right?